deliverables. And the one of the deliverables, the time of when to deliver. When a lady conceives, it's expected after 9 months, not more than 9 months, they deliver.
What is your question?
Can the Cabinet Secretary give us exact timelines when that program is going to be actualized, come to an end, and what are the deliverables? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Yes, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, this is an ongoing program for the last 2 years. Of course, we are meeting, we are facing challenges, but I can assure you there are institutions today that already are titled. They have their tenure of ownership. So maybe we have not reached where Mheshimiwa is, but this is an ongoing program. It has been there for the last 2 years, and we are happy that we are achieving a lot towards that.
Thank you. Yes, member for Chepalungu. Let's take 3, then we...
Thank you. Once again, Mr. Speaker, sir. I have a question, and I know this answer maybe will come next when the minister will be in the house. There is a small village in my constituency. For your benefit, I'm called Victor Koech Mandazi, member for Chepalungu. There's a small village in my constituency, popularly known as Legetetet. It is next to Shiongiroi, which is a very popular town. There were families in the 1990s that were asked for land, to surrender land to the government for government construction. And it's now housing the current DC's office, the chief's office, the hospital, and majorly Shongiroi Day Secondary School, and currently now KMTC, that is within my constituency. These families are 3. They surrendered their land, and they were promised land next to Shongiroi Girls. The village is called Legetetet Village. Up to now, there are 300 families without proper documentation. My question is, now that maybe you're not aware, what amount of time would your office require to make sure these persons living next to Shongiroi Girls High School have proper documentation for their land? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kaluma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, you are masked. I can't quite tell who you are.
Kirima. It's Honorable Kirima. Honorable Speaker, I have 2 supplementary questions to the ministry. Honorable Speaker, the one matter hindering titling or issuance of titles to lands across the country is disappearance of records at the lands ministry. And therefore my question is, how is the ministry dealing, or what measures is the ministry taking to ensure that records relating to land that disappear at the ministry are replaced and restored to the owners to enable not just titling, but also the rightful owners to engage in transactions? Honorable Speaker, we have several parcels of land across the country, and even those where some including ourselves, are taking mortgages which cannot be traced at the ministry. What measures have you instituted? But lastly, Honorable Speaker, when we hear titling, more so for us coming from Homa Bay County, it is like stories. Places like mine in Homa Bay Town constituency, the village area, even my own ancestral land on which I've built my home, we don't have titles. What measures do you have in place, or have you instituted as a ministry, to ensure that those parts of the country which are not yet titled, like those ones I'm talking about, are also titled, and the people who rightfully own can also deal in land and transact business? I thank you.
Kirima.
So, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My humble question to the Minister for Finance is that Central Imenti award called Care Award, we have an adjudication section called Care Mutembei. which was adjudicated way back in the year 2003. Titles have not been issued. I have asked a number of questions before this Honorable House. And even now, before the ministers started coming to the Parliament, there was a question which we asked and it has never been responded to. We know very well that Meru County has been having issues of title deeds. But when it comes to attendance, Meru County, Meru North, Tigania, Igembe, and parts of Bole have been attended to. Why is settlement not been attended to as relates to issuance of title deeds in that remaining section, which borders the Raka sub-county of the Rakanidi County? Who are those who prevented it to be issued? And why has that gathering not been, has not been honored, Mr. Minister? Thank you, sir.
Minister, can you answer those?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The issue of the Chepalungu, where families were displaced and promised, surrendered their land, where government institutions were built. Honorable Speaker, that the issue on compensation of government land lies with the National Lands Commission. So what I will do, I'm going to liaise with the National Lands Commission on this issue so that next time I come, Honorable Speaker, I can be able to give light to that particular question. On the disappearance of land records, Honorable Speaker, we are aware as a ministry that this has been a big problem, and that's why as a ministry we took that bold step of digitizing all our land records. We started with Nairobi, where now we are scanning all the land documents ready for digitization, and from there we are going to move to all other registries in the country. Currently, what other registries are doing is arranging documents ready for scanning so that we can be able to have all those records in the ADISASA platform. Once we do that, Honorable Speaker, then the human touch with the manual records is going to, we are going to do away with that. So there is not going to be interference of our records, and that's why all of us should support this digitization program. And I can assure you, 95% of the problems we have within the land ministry is going to be taken care of. The Central Imenti issue, it's true, we have been having that issue, and I remember I had a question to tackle at the Senate, but we've been having a security problem between the Tharaka Nithi and the Meru boundaries. So, yeah, the dispute. So we are handling that, and once we solve that problem, then we are going to start issuing titles within that area. Thank you.
Yes, member for Ganze.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two supplementary questions.
Only one.
Okay, Mr. Speaker. Okay, I want to know from the CS for lands and settlement, the circumstances under which Giriama Ranch land that is in Ganze. Yeah, this is a ranch that was started by the community, and they had wanted to do some livestock farming. But at some point, the